How's it going, YouTube? This is Jason Lawrence, real estate advisor, new home building sales consultant, and just leaving an appointment with somebody. Just walked out of the bush. Real thick wooded property. A lot of the clients that we build for, I'll help them find the property, and then once we find a property, there's a lot of things that you got to check for to make sure that it's going to work for what they want to do with it, which is building a home. So in this case, found a piece of property out here in Waukesha County. It's pretty heavily wooded, but there were still a couple of spots that were cleared out that kind of determined where the build pad for the house was going to go. And in this case, there's no sewer here, so there's going to be a mound septic system. So there was a little area that was also cleared, kind of showing where the mound septic system would be. So from the MLS listing that we got on file, there was a survey. There was a mound septic soil test done on the property, determining that we can do a mound septic system, which is a good thing. There was also part of the property was in an environmental corridor, so there was some marshy area and some treed areas that the survey showed that line on the property that basically you got to stay 75 feet back from that spot on the property. The survey also showed a build envelope which you needed to stay within. It's about 75 feet wide by, I'm not looking at the survey right now, we'll say 200 some odd feet deep. And that's where you have to build your home within. That's where you need to keep the mound system within. So we went out there with the couple that we wrote an offer on it for. We walked the property with them, and the neighbor happened to be home. He asked if we had any questions, and we said, sure, we'll take any help that we can get here. He has a pretty good understanding of how the property lies, where the property lines are. It's actually a property that he bought and then split into two properties. So there's some tricky things going on with it. There's a shared driveway easement, which means there's already a driveway there coming off of the road. And when somebody puts up a new house, they're going to have their driveway split off of that existing driveway that's there. So you have to determine where that driveway is going to break off from the current one, which he was able to point that out for us. He was also able to point out where the build pad was, which was really nice. So he was very helpful in helping us visualize things, because that's one of the biggest problems when you are looking for a property that's, wooded or marshy. It's really hard to visualize how things are going to work, to see where the property lines were. In this case, everything was very clearly marked, so that was really nice. So we wrote up the offer over the weekend. We're supposed to hear something back on it today, and then once we do, we will check off. We wrote in some contingencies when writing the offer to purchase. One of them is how far around the home pad can we actually clear trees. With there being an environmental corridor in the area, we need to know for sure, okay, here's where the home's going to go. How much space around the house can we clear for trees? Because you don't want to put up a house and then not be able to clear any trees besides where the house would go, and then have issues with trees being too close to the home. So that's one thing that we were going to check off. The other thing we were going to check off and had as a contingency is we have kind of a small build pad. So is the house that we want to build going to fit within that build pad? That's where our surveyor would come in. I'm going to send over the survey of this property along with the footprint for the home we're thinking about building, and make sure that it fits within that build pad. So those are probably the two main contingencies, is of course having the house fit, and can we do to the property what we'd like to do with it, which is still leave some trees there for that wooded feel, but give ourselves, a little bit of a backyard and some space to roam around. So that's what the point of our meeting was today. And one of the things that I do as a new home sale consultant / real estate agent is I help our clients find the properties. And right now I actually have a teammate, a partner who's helping me do that. and he is actually finding, I'll give him the client that I'm working with, I'll tell him what we're looking for, price range, what areas. He will put together a list of properties, which he pretty much just, looks on the MLS. Maybe he'll find some for sale by owners. He'll send these all over to the clients, and then the clients can go out there, take a look, let us know which ones they're interested in, and then we can kind of take it from there and check everything, make sure everything's going to be good, give them somewhat of a confirmation that they can build there, and then put the offer to purchase together, still contingent upon certain things, so that if we need to have an out and the client wants to cancel the offer, we can do that. So that's one of the services that I would recommend if you are a real estate agent, or if you're a new home sales consultant with a real estate license. Why not help your clients find their property and earn the commission that's offered with that? So there's always going to be, in most cases, a co-broke that's offered with the vacant land. So if you're writing up the offer and getting the accepted offer for your clients, you're earning a commission on the purchase of the land, plus you're earning your commission for the new home construction contract. So it's a win-win. There's some great things that come along with that. There's also some risks. If you're the one that's helping them find the property and they're building the house and something comes back to bite them in the butt, meaning they dig down and we unearth bad soil and we need to extend basement walls down further, well, you are somewhat going to be the one that they come back to and say, well, hey, why didn't we check for that? Why wasn't that something that we checked for? So that is something that we definitely want to be aware of and make sure that we're taking into consideration. So there is a little bit of risk that comes with that, reward of getting the commission on the lot purchase. But then again, there's never going to be any reward without risk. So this kind of gives you a dual-edged sword to work with your clients from start to finish. The other thing that this does, if you're helping your client find the property, you're developing a relationship with them before they're really even getting started with that construction process, which pretty much means once you help them find the property and you do a good job for them, why are they going to go and talk to any other builders? Well, most likely they're not going to. I've found that in most cases, they don't have any reason to. You did a good job for them helping them find the property. They know you, they like you, they trust you. Why are they going to go talk to anybody else? Don't give them a chance to go talk to anybody else. Do your job, do it well, and you're going to get the sale of the property as well as the new home building contract. Just wanted to share a little bit about what I was doing today. This is my Daily J docu-series, episode 3, and continue to check in to see what I'm doing on a pretty much a bi-weekly or twice a week is when I'm going to try and put something out there. I just want to document where I'm at right now, being a real estate agent, a new home sales consultant, and some of the things that I want to try and to achieve in the future. And I'd like to be able to come back and recall on this. And if I ever get into a position where I'm fortunate enough to be able to come talk to potential realtors or realtors that are wanting to learn more about new construction or new home sales consultants that are just starting off, if I'm ever fortunate enough to be able to come and talk in front of them, I would love to be able to have all of this information that I can share with them and have them go back and take a look at all of this stuff. And to basically prove that I'm not just up here saying all this stuff like anybody else can. I've lived it, I've been successful at it, and this is kind of the blueprint for what can make you successful as well. So that's what I'm doing with this docu-series. Thanks again for all 2 of you, maybe 3 of you this time watching. I hope to grow my my audience larger with more new home sales consultants and real estate agents. Again, thanks for your time. And if you find this video is helpful or interesting or whatever, share it with friends, family, coworkers. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Take care.